Assalamualaikum and hi guys. Class, this is actually the last slide for sexual reproduction in fungus. Okay, so we continue to the next one. Sexual reproduction actually their union to nuclei. The entire thallus can be converted into one or more reproductive structures. Somatic and reproductive phases do not occur together in the same individual, and this is called halocarpic. Okay, in majority of fungi, only a portion of the thallus give rise to reproduced organ, and they are called eucarpic. Okay, some fungal species produce distinguishable male and female sex organ on each thallus. Hermaphroditic or monoecious. This species can reproduce sexual by itself. Other species consist of male or female thalli, dioecious, and therefore cannot reproduce itself. Okay, this is about sex organ called gametania or gametanium, which may differentiate into gamete. If you look at that, the male gametanium are called enteridia or enteridium, and the female are called oogonia or oogonium. So for heterokaryosis is actually the existence of different kinds of nuclei in the same individual. So please take a note about the term as stated here. Okay, for the sexual spores, there are three phases of development. Number one, plasmogamy. Number two, karyogamy, and last one is meiosis. Okay, we take a look one by one for plasmogamy. Plasmogamy is actually a union of two protoplasts bringing about two nuclei close together and within same cell. Okay, haplonucleus of a donor cell plus penetrates the cytoplasm of a recipient cell minus. Okay. So for karyogamy, fusion of two nuclei, formation of the dikaryon, a binucleate, a cell containing two nuclei from each parent. The two nuclei fuse to form a diploid nucleus. Meanwhile, for meiosis, actually about diploid nucleus gives rise to haploid nuclei by using sexual spores. Some plus, some minus, some recombinants. Sexual spores used to classify fungi into division. Okay, the classification of this group, actually there are first three group in base of their methods of sexual reproduction, and the fourth group, the deuteromycete, have no sexual reproduction. Okay, we take a look one by one for zygomycota. Okay, zygomycota is actually also known as a bread mold. Okay, as you take breakfast every day, the bread there, the normal bread, this is called a bread mold. Okay, after the bread is expired, so you can see the black color one on top of surface of the bread. This is called bread molds. Okay, so again, zygomycota also known as a bread molds, saprophic mold with coinocytic hyphae, lack of septate. This is they are performing asexual reproduction because used most of the time. Sporangium spores, asexual spores enclosed within a sporangium or sac at the end of aerial hyphae. Sexual reproduction occurs through conjugation, the joining of hyphae of two different strains, plus and minus. For zygospores, sexual spores which are enclosed in a thick resistant wall, generally not pathogen. They are not dangerous. Rhizospores stolo, for example, Rhizospores stolonifer. This is common black bread mold, may cause opportunistic infection in diabetic patients. So this is I told before about zygomycota, common mold or bread mold. Okay, you can see at the surface of the mold, the bread, expired bread, the black in color, and this is in detail about zygomycota or common mold. Okay, again the fungal mass or hyphae known as mycelium penetrate the bread and produce the fruiting bodies on top of the stalk. Okay, as you can see from here, the round one, this is actually mycelia, okay, a mass of hyphae or filaments. The same thing, this is rhizoid, okay, root-like hyphae, You see the purple arrow there. So this is the root-like hyphae. Okay, the rhizoids meet underground and mating occurs between hyphae of different mole for sexual reproduction. Okay, again this is Zygomacata in detail. See, as you can see from here, the process of mating strain, fertilization, and also the same thing mating strain. The cycle is just like that. Okay. So this is the same thing, the process of reproduction. Okay, I think we have discussed about this one before, from the beginning until end. Okay, the top one, two hyphae of differing mating type grow side by side and produce branches that grow towards each other. Next, the tips of these branches develop into gametangia structures that produce gametes. Next, the gametangia and then the gamete fuse. The last one, the resulting zygote develop into resistant zygospore. Okay, this is actually a very detailed about reproduction structures of zygomycete, rhizospores. Okay, sporongia asexual and zygospore sexual. Okay, down there is actually an asexual and asexual reproduction. It's very simple process. Okay, just from sporongia, they will produce spores. Spores will germinate into mycelium, and mycelium will proceed the asexual reproduction. Meanwhile, for sexual reproduction, you know, as you can see from here, the process quite complicated. Okay, started from number one. Okay, as you can see from here, this is number one. Okay, mating type, and the process occurs. Number two, plasmogamy. Number three, number four. Okay, they will proceed with chirogamy, diploid nuclei to end, and the process of meiosis. Yet the spores will produce, and the process the spore will germinate into mycelia, and the process will be continue. This is all about the whole process of reproduction of structures of zygomycete or zygospores. For Ascomycota, this is sac fungi. Okay, most with septate hyphae and some yeast asexual reproduction. Conidiospores not enclosed in sac become airborne easily from chain or brome-like structure, as told before just now. Sexual reproduction, ascospores enclosed in sac-like structure or ascus include common antibiotic producing fungi and yeast and several human pathogens. For example, Penicillium notatum produce Bacillus, Saccharomyces, Brevis yeast, Trichopython, athlete's foot, and Aspergillus, carcinogenic aflatoxin in peanuts. So this is a process or the cycle of reproduction happen in Penicillium or Ascomycete. Okay, reproduce asexual and sexually. The process not too complicated, but they are actually how many? 8. Okay, 8 steps altogether from number 1. Okay, number 2, number 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. Okay, it's a very simple cycle only for the production of the reproduction of asexual and sexual one. Okay, as you can see from here again, the right hand side one is actually for asexual reproduction. Okay, called penicillium in this phase. Meanwhile, for sexual reproduction on your left hand side. Okay, I think you can read yourself because it's very easy to understand about the reproduction of this process. Okay, again. Okay, next one is reproduction Ascomycota or cup fungi life cycle. Okay, this process of reproduction quite complicated as you can see from here. So but the process also still follow the same sequence. Okay, from the beginning until end, started from the spores, they will germinate and follow the process of the step as you can see from here. Okay, until the last one, fruiting bodies is called ascocorp. So this is actually the common process, but different types of fungus. This is for Ascomycota or cup fungi life cycle. Basidium mascota, This is a fungi, a club fungi, have septate hyphae, include mushroom, stools, rust, and smut. Okay, sexual reproduction produced basidiospores, or spores formed externally and on a club-shaped sexual structure or base called basidium. Sexual reproduction through hyphae, for example, amanita mushroom produce lethal toxin of humans. Claviceps purpurei produce agate toxin in wet and rare. So this is actually in the fungus, Basidium mycota, or club fungi. It looks very very nice, you know, a very good shape. Okay, the cap, gill, ring, stem, valve, hyphae, and the last one is mycelium down there. Okay, again, this is detail about Zygomycota. Basidium mycota or club fungi. They are the same thing, but it's very detailed. Okay, this is in detail about this type of fungus under microscope mycelium. Okay, so this is again basidiomycete fungi that are produced by basidiospores. Okay, puffball, jelly fungi, fungus. Okay, and other basidiomycetes, rust and smut. As you can see from here, this is actually rust infecting wet leaf, rust infecting a leaf, and re-rot smut. Okay, digesting old wood. So this is actually another types of basidiomycete. Okay, rust and smuts. So this is the life cycle of basidiomycete fungi. As you can see from here again, they will perform two type of reproductions as well, asexual and sexual reproduction. The cycle almost the same, okay, for sexual and asexual, but they have their own style or steps to follow. As you can see from here, for the asexual reproduction, they have 9 steps altogether. Okay, so this is about basidiomycete fungi. I think you can read by yourself because it's very easy to understand. Okay, deuteromycota or imperfect fungi. So regardless of as imperfect, because they exhibit no sexual stage has been observed in their life cycles. That's why this is called imperfect fungi or deuteromycota. Okay, again, as you can see from here, this is actually deuteromycota, the fungi imperfecti. Okay, for penicillium fungi, they resemble ascomycetes, but their reproductive cycle has never been observed. Okay, different from ascomycete because there is a definite lack of sexual reproduction, which is they are called imperfect fungi. So as you can see from here, this is actually normally deuteromycota will be you can see on the top of the orange peel. Okay, outside one. So parasexual reproduction. Why they call them as a parasexual reproduction? Because this phenomenon occurs whereby the 3 steps of sexual reproduction take place not at specific points in the life cycle. Several ascomycota species are not known to have a sexual cycle. Such asexual species may be able to undergo genetic recombination between individuals by processes involving heterokaryosis and parasexual events. For parasexuality, it refers to the process of heterokaryosis caused by merging of 2 hyphae belonging to different individual by a process called anastomosis, followed by a series of events resulting in genetically different cell nuclei in the mycelium. So this is about parasexual reproduction. So this is question for you. You may answer this question later on. Differentiate between the types of spores, differentiate between the types of asexual reproduction. I think that's all. Thank you.